not a fun conversation. Guardians just lost the series to an Astros team that was playing as poorly as anybody. Yesterday, Peter Lambert.
Who?
He was on the broadcast, they spent like 20 minutes talking about him and his brother. I don't know that anybody, Guardians fans would care about that, but they talked about it. And Peter Lambert was a high pick at one point, but he had been a bust with Colorado. He went to Japan or Korea, I can't remember, and he had his first start with the Astros, was terrible, and he pitched great yesterday. The Guardians did nothing offensively. And
this team,
Tanner Bibee.
This team, I'm sorry to cut you off
Yeah.
because this is your topic. But
go ahead.
It's very frustrating. This team, they fight, they're tough, they're competitive, but their margin for error is so thin. It's razor thin. I mean, they have to have great pitching. They have to, it has to be so locked in every single night that they just can't afford to have an off night.
The truth is that that's not that uncommon in baseball. There's not that many teams that don't have a tight margin of error. There's certainly none in their division.
Well, that's the sport in general, but I'm saying we don't spend much money, so we're limited.
Yeah, obviously they're at a disadvantage there. I don't know that they're in that big a talent disadvantage in their division. Certainly compared to some of the top teams in the league, there's a talent disadvantage there. And even with the Tigers, there's a talent disadvantage, although the Tigers are not playing well and certainly not playing consistent baseball either. Yeah, yesterday was a particularly bad game there, Justin. I was about to call you Justin.
Oh, that's
I combined the two. I don't know what the hell happened.
You're like a caller to Bull and Fox.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. Jason, ugly game for them yesterday.
Yeah, you started to mention Bibee.
Yeah. He was killing himself after the game.
I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, Yordan Alvarez is the best hitter in baseball right now. He's off to an unbelievable start.
I mean, he got 7 home runs in the last 10 games?
Yeah, I think he's got 11. He's on pace for like 68, 70 home runs and 160 RBIs.
Yeah.
Like, he's just off to an incredible start.
He didn't pitch that bad.
I didn't think he was that bad. Aside from that, I thought he was fine. He got blown up against the Braves.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, he hasn't been dominant, but he's been good enough.
Yeah, he's been since last year, he's been inconsistent. He hasn't been bad. He's been inconsistent. He just has too many blow-up starts, which we didn't see earlier in his career.
But really, outside of the Braves, I don't think he's had a blow-up start this year, has he?
Yeah, I think there was one more, but that was particularly bad.
That was horrendous. That game was awful. Aside from that, I think he's been fine.
He expects more from himself.
As he should.
He's not since last year, he has not pitched like an ace.
I mean,
his top of the rotation star.
Real quick, Atlanta's the only game he's given up more than 3 runs for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Now, he hasn't had ace-like performances.
Right.
That's totally fair, but only Atlanta was like a catastrophically bad start.
Like I probably had too high expectations for him coming off his rookie year. I bought all the stock in Tanner Bibee.
Yeah.
I think he's a good pitcher. He's probably a number 3 starter in baseball. He's not an ace.
I don't think he's an ace, but I do think he has better. I think his stuff is better than he's pitched, and he's been inconsistent command-wise. He's had some troubles. How many walks does he have on the season, Mike? How many walks in innings?
He has 11 walks in 30.1 innings.
All right, that's not good, but it's not
terrible.
It's not terrible. I thought it was worse than that. So okay, that's not so bad.
I mean, the Brave start. If you take out the Brave, I know you can't. It happened.
Right.
But if you pull that out, I think his numbers would look significantly better.
Do you want his game log outside of that?
Go ahead.
First start against Seattle, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks, 2 strikeouts. Next,
you said 7 Ks, 2 strikeouts.
Yes, 7 Ks, 2 walks.
How many hits?
4 hits, but 3 earned runs.
Great.
It was the 3
runs
solo
in
shots.
5 innings is not a good start.
No.
Yeah.
Next game against the Dodgers, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Anytime you can't pitch more than 4 innings, it's a bad start.
Against Kansas City, the next start, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 3 Ks, 1 strikeout.
Not good.
Then Atlanta was the disaster, 8 earned runs and 4 2/3. Against Baltimore was his best start, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. And then last night, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 Ks, 2 walks.
Yeah, I mean, really, you could argue his last 2 starts have been, well, not argue, it's definitely his last 2 starts are his best.
Aside from Atlanta, he's got what, 25-ish innings and 7 earned runs? Am I close?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not, listen.
He's never been a guy that gets deep into games. That's been my biggest complaint about him.
He's only gone more than his first few starts, he didn't even get 5 innings.
I know.
So he's got to be better.
He has to get deeper into games. That's been my biggest complaint about him for the last 2 years.
Right now in a 5-game playoff series, I'm not starting him right now.
I mean, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, at the moment now.
I mean,
Obviously,
Gavin, Parker Messick, and Cantillo would be.
They've all pitched better.
If you go with if it's a 7-game series, you need a Game 4 starter.
Sure, then he'd be your 4th starter, right? I mean, he's better than Ciccone, who's their worst starting pitcher right now.
Yes.
But I expected more. Tanner Bibee has been okay since the start of last year, but I expected better than okay. And he was the opening day starter. For 2 years in a row, I think.
No,
right?
he had food poisoning last year, remember?
Yeah.
That's why I said this year was a makeup for last year. It probably should have been Gavin Williams, but because he didn't get the opportunity last year, they gave it to Bibee this year.
So Guardians off today. You see the upcoming schedule. I mean, you're playing outside of Toronto, and they got a lot of injuries. I mean, those are some bad offensive teams. Tampa Bay's so-so. The Athletics stink. The Royals stink. The Twins, I know they've played decently, but they're coming back to earth now.
Haven't the A's been playing better to start the year?
What is the A's record, Mike?
They're above 500, aren't they?
The A's record?
Yeah.
I thought they were playing decent.
The Guardians are 14-12. The A's are 13-12.
Yeah.
I mean, Rooker's out, but their lineup they got some hitters.
It's all right.
They got some hitters.
You got Soderstrom. You got
Langoliers.
Where are they playing their games at?
West Sacramento.
Okay.
But it's a pretty favorable schedule. You know, you're not playing a who's who of very good teams coming up. I mean, Toronto has not been playing great. What's Toronto's record, Mike?
Toronto this season, according to MLB.com standings, is just 10-14, 4 games under 500.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't realize the A's were over 500. So, they're pitching.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah.
You know how.
Yeah, exactly. All right. That's going to do it. So the Guardians will play in Toronto same time as the Cavs. Okay.